Nick, there's been a lot of rookies making some noise on the Seattle Seahawks. They've been stepping up and making plays in these mini camps, and I want to ask the fans, which of the Seahawks rookies do you think is going to make the biggest impact on the team this season? There's a couple of good candidates. Comment below, who do you think will make the biggest impact? But Nick, I think you have a story on someone who you think is going to make a big impact this season.
Well, it's not just what I think, it's what Pete Carroll thinks. And this is according to Seattle Sports Northwest. This is what Carroll told reporters last week. Talking about Boye Mafe, their second-round pick edge rusher, really high on him there. Carroll said, quote, he's the closest looking fit to Cliff Avril, former Seattle Seahawks great, part of Legion of Boom defense, that we've seen with the explosion and the flexibility and the bend that he has. Cliff had a great career for us and in the league. If he can get anywhere near that, it would be a great plus for us. It looks like he's got the chance to be that kind of player. So this is obviously high praise from Mafe, who really rose up draft boards late. All the physical tools coming out of Minnesota, explosive and talent, didn't have the production, but then he went to the Senior Bowl in Mobile and had graded out the highest among any of the edge rushers there, and that's against top flight pass blocking competition, obviously. So Mafe looks like his stock on the rise with the Seattle Seahawks. Miles, what do you think about Mafe in Seattle right now?
I really like him. And one thing I've been doing a lot of research on is drafting, recruiting, other things like that. And a lot of things a lot of analysts and scouts do say is the Senior Bowl is a pretty big indicator, especially about these guys who come from smaller programs. Minnesota isn't like small, but it's not SEC. But you see these guys come out against the top flight talent, especially in the trenches. And if they can grade well in a game like that with such high-level talent, it really does bode well for them, at least as far as their draft stock goes. Someone said that's one of the biggest ways to boost your draft stock up. And I think Mafe is going to be a very good addition for the Seahawks. Obviously, if Pete Carroll is akin him to Cliff Avril, if he gets anywhere near Cliff Avril level, you're going to be extremely happy, and you got a definite steal in the draft here.
Yeah, and I think Pete Carroll obviously knows what he's talking about. He's coached defense for a long time, NFL career, college, so he knows elite talent when he sees, or at least elite potential. And one thing I want to talk about the Seattle Seahawks is how quietly, how fast and young and talented that defense is. Obviously they drafted Kobe Bryant in corner and Mafe, but some of their other guys, looking at their defensive line, they got Darrell Taylor. They got L.J. Collier. He was a first-round draft pick. Hope he turns out. He's been kind of a slow start to his career. They had Nwosu at the other end. I kind of thought him as the veteran of the group. He's 25 years old. So this Seattle team is kind of under a youthful revolt here and just kind of a massive rebellion of speed and talent that I think is kind of the direction Seattle wanted to go, right? Obviously, they had the veteran groups, Bobby Wagner, Richard Sherman, Legion of Boom, all those guys. As they transitioned off of them and have moved into this era of young, explosive talent, I'm really excited to see what the Seahawks defense looks like in 2022. And so far, at least according to Carroll, they seem to be living up to that kind of expectations.
Yeah, and especially I agree with you here. When I saw that the Seahawks were allowing to move on from Wagner and let Wagner go to the Rams, like you said, this youthful revolt on the defense, as you call it, they have been trying to get younger at all positions. And when you look at a guy like Nwosu, you say he's 25 years old, and he's the veteran on the team. Heck, Hayden Hurst, tight end out of South Carolina, got drafted by Baltimore when he was 25. So there's guys getting drafted at 25 years old, and we're calling this guy a veteran. This is a young defense with a lot of talent on it. It's very interesting, and I think this is the true Seahawks. They're trying to revamp the whole defense. They're going for a whole new look on everything, and I think it is a very interesting move. And who better to take on this task than Pete Carroll himself? All right, Nick, it's time to get your internet privacy back today on every device you own in any country you want. Don't let anyone but you control your internet. NordVPN keeps you safe from prying eyes wherever you go online with their military-grade encryption. Is your favorite Netflix or streaming content blocked in the US? You can simply connect to one of the many countries available with NordVPN and get the access you need.
That's right, Maya. So right now, get our exclusive NordVPN deal here at nordvpn.com/SMI. It's risk-free now with NordVPN's 30-day money-back guarantee. Again, get that exclusive deal, nordvpn.com/SMI.